Hey guys,
Hey everybody.
today is day 20 of the Halloween movie challenge, and today we went with Resident Evil. This is a movie, it came out in, I believe it was 2004, and it's loosely based on the video game. And I say loosely based because I actually played the first video game, and this is not very close to it. Um, it's a good movie. It's just you got to kind of look at it like its own thing. You can't really hold it too close to the game. Um, but still pretty fun movie. What did you think?
It was a really good movie.
Was
I
it
liked
good?
it a lot.
Yeah, it was probably more action oriented than scary. You had a lot. You have your zombies in there. You did have I think they're called lickers, I believe, which the CG on that wasn't that great.
No,
It was kind of,
the Lickers and the Hunters, right?
well, I think it turns into a hunter at the end,
Hmm.
but or I think that's what they called it. But yeah, the CG on him wasn't that great, but whatever. It is what it is. Um, but the story was, like I said, it was different than the game because in the game you're a group of uh, I believe they're called stars members, which is like almost like military members. They go into a mansion, and it takes place in that mansion. Whereas with this movie, the mansion's very like lightly touched upon, and it all takes place in a thing they call the Hive, which is underground. And you still have the Umbrella Corporation, which is the main corporation that runs this, the T virus, which is the virus that gets everybody sick and turned into zombies. Um, but that's probably it as far as being connected to the game. That I'm pretty sure that's it. Everything else is just its own take on it. You have what's her name, Djokovic, right, as the main actress, the lead, I should say, and you have Michelle Rodriguez, two very awesome female actresses that are fantastic in this movie. Um, One thing I'd have to say though, with movies like this, there's a big problem, and that's Michelle Rodriguez's character gets bitten like 5 times throughout the movie, and it takes her about an hour of film time before she actually turns into a zombie.
Hmm.
It's
That's the only unrealistic thing.
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things
Well, I shouldn't say
where,
unrealistic because we don't really
well,
know how it would go.
yeah, the whole thing's unrealistic. I mean,
I liked how it did it in 28. Was it 28 days later?
yeah, because 20 Days Later set a rule right away. As soon as you get infected,
It's almost immediately.
yeah, you're in trouble. It's gonna happen within seconds. With Resident Evil, they didn't set that kind of rule. Um, you have, but then again, this also wasn't like other zombie movies where you had some people turn in like 3 seconds and then other people turn in an hour. But it did take her a long time. She was bitten 5 times, once on the neck,
Hmm.
which is a major artery. You would have thought that would have definitely finished her off, but no, she lasted a while. Um, so that's my only thing is that usually in zombie movies they tend to it does fluctuate, but I've never seen a character been bitten 5 times, last an hour, and one of the bites be like on the neck.
Yes, this is my first time watching a Resident Evil movie.
I mean, they're good. They're good
I've
action
never watched
movies.
any of them. I don't. I know you've played the game,
Yeah, I've played a couple of them.
but I'm not familiar with the movies.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're gonna go into this movie trying to base it on the game, you're gonna be very disappointed. It's not like the game. The only thing that's the same is, like I told you guys, some of the you have zombies, you have that liquor, you have a mention of the mansion, the T virus, and Umbrella, and the Umbrella Corporation, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is its own take on it. And if you can live with that and just understand that this is pretty much somebody's view of it, then you'll be fine. Because it is a fun movie. It's a fun, but it's more action than horror. You know what I mean? I didn't think the movie was scary, but there was a lot of cool action. But oh, they had the dogs too. The what do they call them? Hellhounds, I think they're called.
Oh, I don't know.
It's the
Those were creepy.
Remember the dogs that were covered in
Yeah.
blood? They had them too. Those were pretty cool. But I mean, the story wasn't exactly a strong suit in this movie either. Like most horror movies, the story isn't really a strong suit. But I think it was she lost her memory. She lost her memory in the beginning.
Yeah, because that gas.
Yeah, her and like her husband, which you end up finding out it's almost like an arranged marriage because Umbrella Corporation wanted them to be married, but they both lost their memory. Then you had like the SWAT team from Umbrella. I forgot what they were called, but they come in, they take both of them. You know, they kind of go back and they go into the hive to pretty much clean up the mess, pretty much get rid of everything, so that way Umbrella doesn't get in trouble, more or less. And you know, then things start piecing together, and you find out that, like, what is it? She was going to give information to one of the people that work in there, or she got her like
the main character.
Yeah, the main
She was
character.
going to take the T virus.
She was going to take it and like pretty much get Umbrella in trouble, but her like husband or whatever spied on them on the conversation she had, and he pretty much did it. He threw the T virus, it broke, and it released because of him. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Yeah, like I said, story wise, it's nothing really great. It was fine. It did, did its job. It moved the story along. It was fine. And then it ends with her, her and the other guy get taken away. They mentioned that they want to put the guy, I forgot his name, but they want to put him into the Nemesis program.
His name's Max, right?
Max, yeah, they want to turn. That's right, it's Max, and they want to put him in the Nemesis program. Which, if you guys are Resident Evil fans, Nemesis is from the third game. It's the big creature that follows you throughout the game. So that's cool. They mention him, to kind of give you a tease for the next one. And then the end of this movie is her coming out. You see the Raccoon City destroyed, and she grabs the shotgun and cocks the shotgun. And that kind of reminded me a little bit of the beginning of the second game, where it starts off with you in the city and all hell broke loose because the mansion exploded.
Yep.
But like I said, the story was fine. It did its job. It moved the movie along.
I liked the movie a lot.
The action was great. I enjoyed the action stuff of it. And I remember the first time I watched this movie, I wasn't too thrilled with it when I watched it back in like 2004 or whatever, because I thought it was going to be like the game. And it wasn't.
And then that's going to be a lot of people's expectations.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of my friends at the time that watched it had the same thing. They didn't hate it or anything. We liked it, but it was just a bummer that it wasn't like, Chris Redfield from the game or Jill Valentine, and it wasn't like going through the mansion like what we expected when you played the first game, going through the mansion and slow pace and there's some horror things. They went a completely different way. They pretty much just used the name. If they took the name Resident Evil out and put a different name in, it still would have worked just fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't. That's how I felt about it. But it's still a good movie, still fun. But like I said, definitely more action oriented than horror.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
So, you have anything you want to add to it?
Check it out. I think it's a really good movie. I liked it a lot.
And they made like 6 or 7 of these too. There's a bunch of them. I stopped after like the 4th or 5th.
Excuse me.
I don't even remember how far I got, but I know I didn't watch the last one.
What's funny is that I've never even watched one of them.
Yeah. Well, you did now.
Yeah, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
So.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this one's probably the closest one to horror. The rest of them get even more outrageous in action.
I can understand the horror part because of the creature, and the zombies. That's understandable for horror.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm pretty sure that the next few they pretty much just don't even bother trying to be scary anymore. They just
Yeah.
go straight into action, and it's fine. It works. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. It was a fun change of pace.
It was like it had a good amount of I guess, somewhat horror, action, all that, with
Yeah.
the gun zombies. So that was good. But the thing I will agree is that I didn't like the fact that she got bitten 5 times, and it, realistically that wouldn't have even.
They had some cool scenes though too, like when they had the 3 or 4 soldiers in the
The
like that
laser?
hallway with a laser.
I knew it,
part.
yeah.
That part was pretty cool. It like the first laser cuts off the girl's head. And the way they did it was one of those slow motion head cuts too, where like the camera looks at her and she still looks all right, but then you can see like it starts to separate.
Yeah.
Then the second one, the laser's coming down low. The guy goes to jump, and the laser shoots up to cut him in half. And then the third guy was getting ready.
Well, he gets through it at first.
Well, yeah, he gets through the first 2.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it turns into like a net.
Grid. Yeah, it turns into like, yeah, exactly, a net, and he couldn't get through that one. But the funny thing is, they never said what happened to the 4th guy that was in there, that his fingers got cut off.
Yeah.
When the first batch of lasers come out, his fingers get cut off. He's on the ground saying, that he needs a medic or whatever. And then it goes to the medic dying with their head falling off. And then it goes to the next guy. And I don't remember if we saw the guy with his missing fingers, if he actually gets killed. I mean, I'm sure he does once the grid part comes up.
Well, yeah,
because it kills everybody in that room. But after that, I don't know if it killed, if it said anything. It just assumed he was dead. But yeah, and it was kind of cool seeing the main character, Djokovic's character. You can see
she's a good actress.
Yeah, you can see how she's like scared and stuff in the beginning, but then you see her kind of get like tougher. Like like there's a part she jumps off of a wall and kicks the dog. But when she ran out of bullets, that was pretty cool. She
got more ballsy towards the.
Yeah, she could fight, and she was good at it too. And then anytime there was a bunch of zombies, like when they were in that boiler room, and like the thing starts like collapsing while they're climbing and stuff, that was pretty cool because you have all the zombies over there trying to get them. And then at the end, they're fighting on the train with that big hunter trying to get them, and the other guy there, the one that his sister was the one that was the one talking to Mia's character. He shoots Rodriguez's character, and she falls back, and her head, I think
hits
it was
the
button
to open.
Because the licker or the hunter, his tongue was pinned with a rod. She pinned the tongue, and now its body's dragging and catching on fire behind her. So that was a cool way to kind of like defeat the final boss, if you will. That was different. That was pretty cool. But yeah.
I think it's a movie worth checking out.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun, pretty entertaining. So yeah, that's all I got to say about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you guys very much for joining us, and please like, comment, and subscribe.
And so you won't miss any of our videos, make sure you hit the bell notification.
Thanks, guys.